The last message. I used to believe the internet was only dangerous for careless people. People who clicked strange links. People who posted their address. People who trusted strangers too easily. People who didn't understand privacy settings. I thought I was smarter than that. I was wrong. My name was Emily Carter. Online, I say was because I don't use that name anymore. I don't use my real name either. Not in public. Not anywhere that can be searched. A year ago, I was a fitness creator. I had a large Instagram account, a YouTube channel, and short workout videos that regularly reached hundreds of thousands of people. I wasn't famous exactly, but I was recognizable enough that strangers sometimes smiled at me in coffee shops or asked for photos at the gym. Back then, I loved it. The attention, the comments, the messages from girls saying I helped them feel confident, the brand deals, the free clothes, the feeling that my life meant something because people were watching it. I didn't realize watching could become hunting. My boyfriend Ryan warned me once. We were lying on the couch after dinner. I was editing a reel, cutting together clips from my leg day routine. Ryan glanced at the screen and frowned. You posted the outside of the gym again. So? So, people know where you train. They already know. It's tagged. That's my point. I laughed because he sounded like an old man. Everyone tags locations. Not everyone has 300,000 followers. I kissed his cheek and told him he was being dramatic. That was the first mistake I remember clearly. There were probably many before that. I posted the gym. I posted the street view from the cardio machines. I posted my favorite smoothie place. I posted the little blue front door of our house because it looked pretty in morning light. I posted Ryan grilling in the backyard. I posted my car when I bought it. I posted the cafe where I always edited videos on Thursdays. I thought I was sharing my life. I was building a map. The first message came on an ordinary afternoon. I was at the gym sitting on a stationary bike after filming a workout. My legs were tired, my hair was sticking to my neck, and I was scrolling through comments while pretending to cool down. Then I saw it. Hi, you're beautiful. Can we talk? I got messages like that all the time. Most were harmless, some were gross, some were sad, some were clearly copied and pasted to 100 women. I almost deleted it. Instead, I opened his profile. His name was Ethan Vale. The profile looked perfect, too perfect. Blonde hair, blue eyes, a face that belonged on a billboard. He had photos on beaches, in expensive hotel gyms, beside cliffs, inside cafes with ocean views. He looked athletic, wealthy, clean, confident. The kind of man the algorithm loves. There were videos, too. That made me pause. He moved. He smiled. He turned his face toward the camera. He laughed silently in one clip, while waves crashed behind him. It didn't feel fake, but it didn't feel real either. I answered politely, "Thank you, but I'm not interested. I have a boyfriend." His reply came immediately. "I know." I stared at that for a moment. Of course he knew. Ryan appeared on my account. That didn't mean anything. Then you understand. I understand you're loyal. That's attractive. My face tightened. I'm not interested. Dinner, one evening. No. A walk? No. Coffee? I blocked him. That should have been the end. For 6 days it was. Then he found me somewhere else. Telegram, unknown number. How's your workout? I was standing near the glass wall at the gym, filming a stretch routine. I froze when the notification dropped down across my screen. At first, I thought it was a coincidence. Then another message appeared. You always choose the spot by the window. My mouth went dry. I looked up slowly. The gym was bright and busy. Machines clanked, Music thumped. Someone laughed near the squat racks. Ryan was across the room spotting a client. Beyond the glass wall, the street was already dark. The windows reflected the inside of the gym, so all I could see was our own world repeated back at us. My phone buzzed again. Don't look so scared, Emily. I had never given Ethan my real first name. My account used MFit. I typed with shaking fingers. Who is this? You know. How did you get my number? You gave it to the internet. I didn't. You gave enough. Then a photo arrived. I opened it. It was me. Not a screenshot, not an old post. Me, standing by the glass wall in that exact moment. Phone in hand, head slightly turned toward the window. Ryan was visible in the background. The photo had been taken from outside. My lungs stopped working. I ran to Ryan. He took one look at my face and ended his session early. What happened? I handed him the phone. He read the messages, his expression changed slowly. First confusion, then anger. Then something colder. He looked toward the windows. Stay here. Ryan, no. But he was already typing. If you're nearby, come outside. The answer came fast. I prefer the view from here. Ryan swore under his breath and recorded a voice message. You listen to me. You message her again, you come near her again, and I'll find you. 3 dots appeared, then you're strong. I like that. Ryan blocked the number. It's done, he said. But his voice didn't sound sure. That night he checked every lock in the house. He walked around the yard with a flashlight. He looked under my car. He put an old baseball bat beside the bed. I tried to make myself laugh at him. Nothing came out. For the next few days, nothing happened. No messages, no strange calls, no new followers with Ethan's face. Ryan relaxed before I did. He wanted attention, he said. He got scared. I wanted to believe him. I stopped posting in real time. I removed old location tags. I deleted the photo of our front door. I archived videos where the street outside the gym was visible. But once something has been online, it doesn't fully disappear. Someone always saves it. Someone always remembers. On Saturday, I went out with my friends. I didn't want to, but Ryan insisted. You can't let some creep lock you inside forever. We kissed in the kitchen before I left. He smelled like soap and coffee. He smiled and tugged gently at the sleeve of my jacket. Text me when you're on your way back. I will. That was the last time I heard his real voice. I spent the evening at the mall with 2 friends, Lena and Sophie. We shopped, drank coffee, and talked about ordinary things. I tried to relax, I really did. But I kept noticing men who looked at me too long. A man near the escalator. A man in a black hoodie outside the restroom. A man sitting alone in the food court, phone raised slightly, as if filming. Every time I looked again, they were nobody. At 8:43 p.m., I texted Ryan. Heading home soon, he replied, drive safe. When I pulled into our driveway, the first thing I noticed was that his car was gone. That was strange, but not frightening yet. Inside, the house was dark. Ryan? No answer. His shoes were gone. His keys were gone. His phone wasn't on the kitchen counter. I called him. No answer. A minute later, a message came. Can't talk. I'm driving. Where did you go? My mom called. She needs help. I'll be back late. I frowned. Ryan's mother lived across town. He would absolutely go if she needed him. But he would have called me. He would have explained. What happened? Nothing serious. Don't wait up. It felt wrong. The wording, the timing, the lack of warmth. But I told myself fear was making me suspicious. I made tea. I changed clothes. I turned on the TV. At 11:15, I texted again. No answer. At 12:07, I called. No answer. At 1:32, I called again. This time, I heard his ringtone, not through the phone, from outside the front door. I stood in the living room, completely still. The sound came faintly through the wood. Ryan's ringtone. I walked to the door as if moving underwater. Through the peephole, I saw nothing. Porch, light, doormat, empty street beyond the yard. The ringtone kept playing, low, muffled, near the ground. I opened the door with the chain still on. A cardboard box sat on the mat. My first thought was absurd. A package? Then the ringing stopped. I whispered, "Ryan?" No one answered. I closed the door, undid the chain, opened it wider, and dragged the box inside, and it was heavy. Too heavy. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely cut the tape. Inside was Ryan's phone. His phone and a folded towel. The towel was dark with blood. I screamed before I fully understood what I was seeing. The scream tore out of me and kept going until my throat burned. I fell backward against the wall. The box remained open. Ryan's face stared upward from inside it. His eyes were open. His mouth was frozen in an expression I had never seen on him before. Fear. Ryan had died afraid. That broke something in me. I don't remember grabbing my phone, but suddenly I was speaking to emergency services. "There's a box. He's dead. My boyfriend is dead. Please send someone." The operator tried to keep me talking. "Are you alone?" "I don't know." "Is the person who did this inside the house?" "I don't know." "Lock the doors. Stay away from the package. Do not touch anything else. Police are on the way." "How long?" A pause. "About 30 minutes." 30 minutes. Then the lights went out. The whole house went black. My phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor. I dropped to my knees, searching blindly, breathing too fast. When I found it, the screen lit up. One new message, unknown number. "Did you like my gift?" My body went cold. Another message came before I could reply. "You're free now," I typed with shaking hands. "You killed him. He was in the way. I called the police." "I know." A sound came from the front door. Metal turning. A key sliding into the lock. Ryan's keys. I ran. I grabbed my purse from the hallway table because the pepper spray was inside. Then I sprinted upstairs, nearly falling twice in the dark. Behind me, the front door opened. Not violently. Quietly. Like he lived there. Footsteps entered the house. Slow. Deliberate. I locked myself in the bedroom and backed away from the door. My phone vibrated. "Don't hide under the bed." I stopped breathing. "Please," I typed. "Please leave. I waited so long to meet you." The doorknob moved. Once, twice, then stopped. A soft knock. "Emily." His voice was muffled through the door. Not Ryan's voice. Not the polished voice from Ethan's videos. This voice was low and calm, almost gentle. "Emily, I know you're scared, but you made me wait." I raised the pepper spray with both hands. He laughed softly. "Wrong room." The footsteps moved away. At first, I didn't understand. Then, I looked toward the bed. Something dark protruded beneath it. A shoe. Ryan's shoe. I don't know how I didn't scream. Maybe there was no sound left in me. I crawled backward, shaking until my back hit the wall. Ryan's body was under the bed. He had been in the house the entire time. While I made tea, while I watched TV, while I texted the man who had killed him. I ran into the hallway. I don't remember unlocking the door. I don't remember choosing a direction. I only remember the dark hall, the smell of blood, and the sound of footsteps below me. He was coming back upstairs. I turned into the guest room at the end of the hall. It had almost no furniture, a dresser, a chair, a curtainless window overlooking the backyard. No hiding place. Good. Hiding was how prey died. I opened the window. Cold night air rushed in. Behind me, the floor creaked. I turned. A tall figure stood in the doorway. Black hoodie, black gloves, a pale leather mask covering his face. Not a Halloween mask. Not something theatrical. Something handmade. Smooth, human-shaped, but wrong. Only his eyes were visible, dark and bright at the same time. He tilted his head, studying me. Then he ran. I jumped. Pain exploded through my ankle when I hit the grass, but I forced myself up. Behind me, he appeared at the window. For 1 second, he simply watched. Then he disappeared back into the house. I ran to my car. The door was unlocked. That was wrong. I got in, locked the doors, and turned the key. Nothing. Again. Nothing. He had killed the engine. I slammed my hand on the steering wheel, then remembered the horn. I pressed it. The sound ripped through the night. Again, again, again. Lights came on in the neighbors' houses. A dog started barking. A man shouted from across the street, "What the hell's going on?" The masked man reached the car and grabbed the handle. I screamed and pressed the horn harder. More lights, more voices. He leaned toward the window. For the first time, I saw his eyes clearly. There was no rage in them, no panic, only curiosity. Then he lifted one finger to the mouth of the mask, shh, and vanished into the dark. The police arrived after the neighbors had already surrounded the yard. I don't remember much after that. Flashing lights, blankets, questions, hands guiding me away from the house. Someone telling me not to look. I looked anyway. The front door was open. The blue door I had once posted because it looked pretty in morning light. Afterward, everything became evidence. My phone, Ryan's phone, the box, the messages, the fake profile. The police told me Ethan Vale never existed. His face was generated .ai made. The videos were synthetic too, stitched together from stolen bodies, generated frames, and edited backgrounds. The person I thought I was refusing had never been real. But the person behind him was? He had used my posts to learn my life. He knew when I trained. He knew which windows faced the street. He knew Ryan's work schedule. He knew my friends' names. He knew the layout of my house from renovation photos and casual stories. He knew my car. He knew my fear. And he had waited. That was the part I couldn't understand. He could have killed me that night before I found the box. He could have attacked while I was alone on the couch. He didn't. He wanted me to discover it. He wanted the story. He wanted the fear to mature, like it was something he had grown. I deleted my accounts after Ryan's funeral. At first, I thought that would help. But disappearing online doesn't erase you from the mind of someone who already found you. I moved to another state, then another country. I changed my number, my hair, my name. I stopped using photos of myself anywhere. I covered my laptop camera. I taped over the peephole at night because I couldn't stand the thought of an eye on the other side. For months, nothing happened. Then, last winter, I received a letter. No return address. Inside was a single printed photo. It showed me sitting in a cafe in a city where nobody knew me. The photo had been taken through the window. On the back, someone had written, "You're getting better at hiding." I went to the police again. They couldn't do much. No fingerprints, no camera footage, no trace. Just paper. Just proof. I moved again. I stopped going to cafes. Stopped walking the same route twice. Stopped sleeping through the night. People say fear fades with time. They're wrong. Fear learns your routine too. It waits beside your bed. It sits in your passenger seat. It stands behind you in reflections. It becomes part of the way you breathe. Sometimes I still dream about Ryan. Not the box, not the blood. I dream about the kitchen before I left, his hands warm around my waist, his voice, text me when you get back. And in the dream, I don't leave. I stay. I turn off my phone. I pull down every photo, every post, every breadcrumb I ever left behind. But dreams are cruel because they show you doors you can't reopen. Tonight, I'm writing this from a room with the curtains closed. My phone is on the table, face down. It has been silent for 3 hours. I keep telling myself that means I'm safe. Then it vibrates once. I don't move. It vibrates again. Slowly, I turn it over. Unknown number. One message. Emily. Then another. I missed you. And then a photo loads. It's dark at first. Too dark to understand. Then I see it. A window, a curtain, a desk, a phone glowing on the table. My phone in my room. The message bubble appears again. I'm outside.